Today, we are going to talk about database relationships. So database relationship. We have three relationships. First of all is one-to-one relation. Second of all, one-to-many. And the last one is many-to-many. Yeah, one-to-one or one-to-many is the same as many-to-one. So just like do it in opposite way. Okay, let's talk about one-to-one. And when I'm talking about one-to-one relation, which means I am talking about table and the relation to another table. Let's have the first of all, the first schema or table. It's called people. And we have here passport. Yes? Okay. In people, we have a name, or first name, last name. And in the passport, we have a number and a valid date. Yes? Okay. The question is for you. Each person, how many passport can carry? For one country?
One.
It has only one number and valid date. So it can be that the same person has many passports? No, of course not. In other country, yes. So if I'm here at my own country, yeah. But in this situation, the relationship between these two tables is one-to-one relation, which means I can draw it like this. Yes? Okay. But you are going to ask me, if I have this relation, how do I know that the passport number 304 is for the person number 1? When I'm talking about number, because each record, it has the own ID. Each record has its own ID. And it started from 1, 2, 3, 4. So how do I know that the person number, for example, 208, has the passport number 1304? In the relationship, when you are having this relationship, in the database, it's making the record automatically. So it makes inside the people, here the record, something called passport ID, underscore ID, which is the ID of that passport is going to be written in the people or the person here. So instead of having person, I don't like people, I just like to say person. With that being said, I'm going to draw this ID, or let me say it, first name, last name, and here I'm going to have it passport ID. Yes, here 1, 2, 3. First name, let's say Abud, Murad, and the number passport of that I have it here, ID, which is this one here, is 304. Then I'm having to have Muhammad, Mu, Ghazal, I don't know what it's coming from, but Rajab, let's say Rajab. He has the passport number 500, and so forth, like this. So when I want to select this record, number 1, from a database, the ID of the passport is coming from. And if I have the ID, then I can make find by ID in a database, so another request. Let's have, right now, one-to-many. And one-to-many, which means each table or each record in a table can be connected to multiple records in another table. How? Let's see how we can make it. We have here a customer.
Other two children.
And we have here order. Yes, the customer has a first name and last name. And the order, it has the order date and the amount, the cost of it. Yes? Okay. Now, you are going to go to AliExpress. You know AliExpress, all of you, right? And you want to buy a couple of stuff. How many products can you buy under your name?
Millions.
A lot. So with that being said, each record inside the table, it has one-to-many relation to another table. And how I can see it? So later on, when you apply for a job and you work in a company, the architect, he is going to send you the relationship between all tables like this. And he is going to, so you are going to understand it. If you see one part, and then one part with like 8, or just like make it like this, then this one is 1 to many. And here is 1 to 1. Yes? Okay. The same. We have seen that if you want to have the relationship, one of the IDs is going to be saved in the record in another table, right? This is what happened here. So the passport ID is saved from the passport to that person, right? In this situation, which ID do you think the customer or the ID supposed to be saved on the other? So here, you are going to relate the ID of the customer in the order. Why? Because you want to tell the order, hey, we bought an iPhone, and this connected to Aboud, the number of 304. And this is the relation between 1 to many. So with that being said, Aboud can have an order number 304 and order for 300,006, and here 134. And Muhammad can have only one order, for example, 204. Yes? Now, we have the last relationship. It's called many to many relationship. But just like to make it easier, order and item. Items.
Yeah.
Or products.
Or some order maybe. Like an
Yeah,
order.
or-
Maybe. Yeah, yeah.
So we have a date, and we have an amount, and here we have a name and description. So for example, iPhone as an IT item here can be in the order number 1 and order number 2. And also the order number 2 can be with another phone is, for example, Samsung. So it's relationship many to many. So each order can has many products, and each product has many orders. That is the many to many relationship. But we have seen before that if you want to have 1 to many or 1 to 1, we're supposed to put an ID somewhere, either here or there. It's up to the situation. But in the situation of many to many, we're supposed to put the ID of them in order to make the relation.
Yeah.
So this is actually the relationship. It's going to be a table in between. That this table carry both IDs. The ID of order inside it and the ID of items inside it. How we can see it as a relationship, as a diagram, the relationship between the order and the combined table is 1 to many. And also, this one supposed to be 1 to many. And then we have many to many.